The sound of laughter is usually pleasant. But for Elias, it was a weapon. He stood in the doorway of the Gilded Plate, the city's most exclusive restaurant. He wasn't wearing a tuxedo. He was wearing an old, faded jacket and work boots covered in thick, drying mud. Before he could even speak, a young waiter named Julian stepped forward. He didn't offer a menu. He didn't offer a seat. He looked at Elias's shoes, curled his lip in disgust, and started to laugh. "I think you're in the wrong place," Julian sneered, loud enough for the nearby tables to hear. "The soup kitchen is 3 blocks down. We don't serve people like you here." Elias didn't get angry. He didn't shout. He did something much more powerful. He looked Julian directly in the eyes and stayed perfectly silent. The restaurant went quiet. The wealthy diners paused their conversations to watch the spectacle. Julian, feeling empowered by the audience, pushed further. "Did you hear me? Or is that mud in your ears, too? Get out before I call security to sweep you away." Elias took a slow breath. "I have a reservation for 2, he said quietly. "Under the name, the gardener." Julian laughed even harder. "The gardener? Is that a joke? Listen, gardener, you have 10 seconds to leave before things get ugly." Just then, the heavy oak doors of the restaurant swung open again. A man in a $3,000 suit walked in, the general manager of the entire establishment. He looked panicked, checking his watch every 2 seconds. He scanned the room, ignoring the wealthy guests, until his eyes landed on the man in the muddy boots. The manager's face went pale. He pushed past Julian so hard the waiter nearly fell over. "Mr. Sterling," the manager gasped, his voice trembling. "I am so incredibly sorry. We were expecting you at the private entrance. Please, forgive the confusion." Julian's heart dropped into his stomach. "Mr. Sterling," he stammered. The manager turned to Julian, his face red with fury. "Do you have any idea who this is? This is Elias Sterling. He doesn't just eat here. He owns the land this building sits on. He owns the company that supplies our food. And as of 10 minutes ago, he finalized the paperwork to buy this entire restaurant." Elias looked down at his dirty boots. "I spent the morning at my daughter's elementary school, helping the children plant a community garden," he said to the manager. "I didn't have time to change. I thought a restaurant known for a fine service would care more about a guest's character than his footwear." He then looked at Julian, who was now shaking. Elias didn't fire him immediately. He asked a question. "Julian, tell me, if I had walked in here with $1 million watch but a heart full of malice, would you have given me the best seat in the house?" Julian couldn't answer. He looked at the floor. "You didn't see a human being," Elias continued. "You saw a costume. And because you didn't like the costume, you felt entitled to be cruel. A man who is only respectful to those he thinks are above him is not a respectful man. He is a predator." Elias turned to the manager. "Julian is clearly talented at judging people. Perhaps he would be better suited for a job where he doesn't have to interact with them. He is relieved of his duties, effective immediately." Julian walked out of the doors he had just guarded so arrogantly. He was a master of etiquette, but a failure at humanity. The world will often try to tell you who you are based on what you wear, what you drive, or how much you have in the bank. But remember, Elias, true power doesn't need to show off. And true character is how you treat the person who can do absolutely nothing for you. Stoicism isn't just about enduring pain. It's about maintaining your dignity when others try to take it from you. If this story reminded you that appearances are a lie, type "character over clothes" in the comments. I read every single one. And if you're tired of a world that values the surface over the soul, subscribe to Mindset Tales. We tell the stories that the world tries to hide. Put the boots on, do the work, and never let a waiter or anyone else tell you your worth.